Welcome back to Ball Talk with me, Lewis Bryon, and today I'm joined, as always, by footballer Ken Charles and presenter Noah Jones. Boys, we'll talk about last weekend's Premier League games, all the games that involved the title challenges, so Liverpool, City, Arsenal, maybe Chelsea. But we start off with City. Obviously, they lost 2-0 to Liverpool. What did you make of it?
They were awful.
Yeah,
City were so... I mean, we've watched them be battered by Tottenham, be 3-0 up at 75 minutes and then draw 3-0 to Feyenoord. But for some reason, in that game, I think it was because it was a title-challenging game, they just looked so bad. It was embarrassing. Diaz giving the ball away for the penalty. What are you doing? They've never done stuff like that. I don't know what is happening at the minute. Something is going on, but they're so bad.
Ken, what is wrong with City? What would you say? Because something's obviously, as Noah said, something is clearly wrong.
There's probably a few things. I think they're obviously missing some key players namely Rodri. That's a big miss. De Bruyne's been missing, kind of not really fully fit. You saw a quick cameo.
That's a weird one. Like it's like something. I've heard rumours of there's something going on between him and Pep. Like
apparently he's fit.
Yeah, it's weird,
and
man.
he's not starting. Which
he's
is
not starting, and
weird.
he's not looking. When he come on, he doesn't look like someone that's fit and just not starting. He looks like someone that's been injured.
Yeah,
that's how he looked on Sunday. So I say a mixture between missing key players, but also confidence and form is a big thing. Like once you start losing games, it becomes easy to keep losing games. And they played with no confidence on Sunday. It didn't look like a City team that was what we're used to, ready to challenge for a title. It just looked comfortable for Liverpool, really.
Yeah, you know, like a boxer who's been undefeated their whole career, like Anthony Joshua was, and then he gets his first loss, and it's almost like you're stripped back to reality of you can lose. And then once that happens, like when you get hit again, you're like, right, I could lose here.
Well, City have been untouchable for, like you say, for the past.
It's literally that.
Yeah,
it's literally that.
6-7 years, isn't it?
Yeah, and now they're realising that we're losing. We can lose. We can't just win every game and turn people over all the time. And it's just happening one after the other after the other.
Is it? I think there's a bit of a conspiracy going around, and it's quite an interesting one, that this 115 charges looming over their head. Do they know something?
I doubt
it. I doubt that.
Because how does that change? Like, if they know it, why would that make them play bad?
Can't be bothered. What's the point of getting relegated?
I don't know, man. I think I don't think that plays a part.
It just seems like, I know confidence is a massive thing, form becoming like mortal again after years of smashing it, but they're so bad. It doesn't just look like they've lost confidence. It's a completely different team. It looks shocking. Phil Foden has done nothing. De Bruyne has done nothing. Haaland hasn't done much in the past 8-9 games. It's weird, man. It's really weird.
Yeah, even in when you're watching the games, it used to be, let's say they're playing out, the centre-back got the ball. They'd have, every time someone receives it, they'd have 3-4 options of players trying to get the ball. They don't really have that now. It's like they've all just can't be asked to, not can't be asked, but not running as much and not wanting to.
That's where confidence is in, isn't it? People not wanting the ball in dangerous areas and stuff like that. I don't know, man. But we've said from the start of the season, they haven't looked great. They were just winning. And they were probably winning because they still had the confidence of last season and stuff, and they could just get the results without playing well. But there's only so long you can do that. And as soon as you get that one loss, it becomes a reality check. And it looks like since then, like, there was laughing after the Spurs loss in the cup. Yeah. But it's just deteriorated since then.
Even in that game, Haaland was just joking about with whoever he was.
Play, I think. He was it was a League Cup game, so
against Tottenham, he was laughing on the bench. I thought. Yeah.
No. I mean, against Liverpool on the weekend, he was like with Salah. No, it weren't just with Salah. Whoever was marking him with the corners, he was having like a little joke with as well.
But I remember bringing that up at the time where they lost to Tottenham and they were laughing. To me, it didn't seem like a "we don't care" laugh. It was a bit of like a like, what do we do now? Like, I think that there's something weird.
Let's play it cool.
Exactly, and it did not work.
It didn't. I mean, we see Pep's losing his head a bit as well.
Yeah, he obviously beat himself up on Wednesday.
So the crowd was singing "You're getting sacked in the morning," and he's given the six fingers.
Yeah.
But to me, that is the biggest sign of like accepting head loss, but accepting you're not going to win the league this year. I
completely agree. To begin with, I was like, I like it. I like it when managers go at fans and fans go at managers. I think it's good competition. And then I kind of deeped it and I was like, is that giving up? Is it saying, well, I've got 6, so I'm done. Do you know what I mean?
It's showing an excuse, as like not an excuse, but just showing like, right, you're going to win this one, but remember, I've got 6.
It's putting it out there that you can't. Whatever you do this season, I've still got 6.
Yeah. And if he truly believed that he was going to go on and win and catch Liverpool, let's say they were 2 points off and they just lost, and City have been playing really well. If he was getting the chant of "you're getting sacked in the morning," he's not doing that 6-finger thing.
No, you'd laugh it off.
He would be like, right, that's it. Let's catch these. Because
Yeah.
we're still going to beat them and we're still in this. I don't have to prove anything to you because we're still going to win.
Yeah.
So
it'll be a tough one for him because the way they're playing, there's no reason for him to believe they can catch Liverpool this season.
Not at all.
He knows,
it's not
man,
the
he's
points.
smart.
Like the points, okay, there's a gap now. There's a gap between Arsenal and Liverpool, gap between City and Liverpool. But the way Arsenal are playing currently still gives me the confidence that if Liverpool do drop off, we will be there. Obviously, if it's in their hands. If they just go on and win every game, then they'll win it. But the way City are playing, it's like Liverpool can lose 2 games. Will City close the gap by 6 points?
No.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like
that's,
that, does it?
that then makes you worry and think, all right, we actually can't do it this year. So he's probably in that mentality where, because he will have tried absolutely everything in the last, when they lost 2 in a row, 3 in a row, he would have been up all night trying to work things out and say, okay, how do we stop this? And he just kept losing. So you can just imagine what he's thinking.
He was doing too much with Rico Lewis at right mid as well. Like it was so weird. It was never going to work. Yeah. He's got Bernardo Silva where Rico Lewis can play in the deeper line midfielder. Just switch them to. Like it was so obvious.
Mateus Nunes being a starting left wing as well when you've got Docker and Grealish. It's just strange to me. Yeah.
It was a I don't know what to do team. That's what he looked like.
Yeah.
It was a I don't know what to do team. Haaland I thought was non-existent.
Yeah,
Walker was poor again.
Yeah, Walker.
And he winds me up because he's just someone.
Who?
Walker. He just seemed every time something goes wrong in the games recently, he always blames someone else.
Or he gives it after, doesn't he?
Yeah, when it's like this, you do know you're at fault for some of these as well.
Yeah.
It's not just you barking orders and saying blaming other people. So it's just frustrating. But with Haaland, Ken, obviously you're a striker. Do you think he can only perform well when his team is dominating the game? Because he's not someone like a Harry Kane who will drop in deep, get involved in the play. He's not even someone that will help really give the midfielders goals.
Yeah. Nah, it's difficult to talk down Haaland because he's an absolute goal machine. And there's no debating that. He's probably the best goal scorer in world football.
But for a good team. Like when the team's firing.
Yes. When the team's firing. Even if the team's not firing, you still back him that if they do create a chance in the 80th minute, whatever, he'll score. But if for 90 minutes he does not get the service, then majority of the time his contribution will be non-existent. And that's difficult because you then see, the 2 seasons he's been at City, unreal, versus the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks where they haven't been good. It's been a direct correlation with his output. It's almost been 0. He's not like a Harry Kane who can perhaps drop in and maybe create goals for other players. He's not even like an Mbappe type who you feel like, okay, when they're not creating chances, but he can just do something out of nothing.
Yeah.
You almost look at that game and 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and you look at him, he's not been involved, and it's almost like he's not going to be involved. You almost know this is that game written all over it. Where
would have been better to have someone else on the pitch, wouldn't you?
It's hard to say that. I mean, it's easy to say that in hindsight, but it starts to feel like that because he struggles in those kind of games where City don't get going. He obviously tries to occupy the 2 centre-halves all game, and they're not getting the ball to him.
Yeah.
So he looks. It's not really his fault because you can't just. You're not going to change. That's who he is.
Yeah.
They've got to get him the service.
That's no slight towards Haaland because as we say, he's one of the best strikers in the world, if not the best, arguably. But he is a striker that needs delivery, and if the team aren't delivering, which they are not, he's not going to be able to do it by himself. He's not that kind of striker.
Yeah, and I don't think that's talking down on him.
Not at all.
To say that you need to be in a team that's firing. It's similar to what
every player does. Really,
it's similar to what people say about Pep, that he has to. He only works with teams that have got millions of budget, like £millions budgets, the best players in the world. Like some players are better at, or managers are better at lower league teams.
Yeah.
Some managers aren't, like Pep. So I don't think that's a slight. But the fact is, he's not going to change the game if the team's not performing around him.
Agreed.
We'll talk about Liverpool quickly. Because they obviously 9 points ahead of Arsenal. I think they're 13 ahead of City, 12.
11 or 12.
11 or 12.
Yeah.
Do you think they're the best team in world football right now?
They have to be in the conversation, and when I say in the conversation, probably yes.
Yeah.
I think and
that's
we're going
painful to hear.
It is. We're going to get digs for this. I'm going to get digs for this. I don't watch them and fear them. You know, like Man City in the past few years have been the best team in the world. You watch them like, Jesus, what are we going to do here?
Yeah.
I don't watch Liverpool and do that. They are probably the best team in the world right now. I can say that honestly. They're playing well, but there's just something there that doesn't scare me. Worried because they're quite far ahead, but I'm not scared when I watch them.
Yeah, I think Liverpool fans, come the end of the season, will be in for a bit of a shock. I don't think.
Are you putting it out early?
I'm putting it out. I don't think Liverpool will win the league. I generally don't, because their performances aren't as. I think other teams around them are starting to pick up form now. Even Chelsea, Arsenal.
Yeah.
And their performances haven't been as convincing as, for me, they need to be to win the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when Chelsea and Arsenal are winning, they're dominating the games.
Yeah.
Although they've lost some, but all it takes is for them to go on a bit of a run. Liverpool, the loss is coming, in my opinion. I think come Christmas time, it's going to be very, very close.
It'll be a great Christmas.
I think Liverpool are getting carried away, or the fans.
I agree. I think Liverpool are back to being really good. And we have to respect them, no doubt. I think they're in a period where they've been good and everyone else that's meant to be competing with them has been very poor.
Yep.
And that's made them run away. And it's that hasn't really happened in the last couple of seasons. So that's given them the 9-point gap. And, you know, if you've got a 9-point advantage, you should win the league. And if they don't win the league, I hope everyone gives them the same stick they gave us 2 seasons ago when we didn't win from 8 points clear. So yeah, you have to say on paper they've got that advantage, but I agree with Lewis in the sense that I do think that loss could come because I don't think they've been playing like they haven't been battering teams or playing in a way where you're like,
look at the
like
Southampton game.
Like and
Gifted all their goals.
Yeah, and as much
two.
as you'll say they beat Madrid and City, you can't take that away from them, by the way.
No, it's quality. Yeah, absolutely.
Neither of them turned up in those games. And you could give credit to Liverpool and say they didn't allow them to turn up.
Which you can.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, but it wasn't that kind of win where, like, for example, Liverpool beat City in the years with Klopp in those title races. Those were much more impressive in my opinion because City were at it, would score like 2 goals and Liverpool was going to score 3 or something. Like that City team on Sunday, of course you still got to turn up and beat them, but I don't look at it and think, wow, like you've absolutely beat a top
It was
team.
like a mid-table side.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was
so time will tell. I mean, they've got to be favourites in my opinion, but I think Arsenal will be right there.
And both things can be true, right? They can be the best team in the world at the minute, and we can also still think they won't win it.
Yeah.
Their fans can get carried away because they're 9 points clear, but we can also say you're getting carried away. Do you know what I mean? Anyone would be excited being 9 points clear, but it's just so early. Yeah. There's 25
games
games
early.
left,
We've played 13 games. Like that's so early. And you can say they're the best team in the world currently because of the position. But I don't think they're better than Arsenal. Like, I don't. And you will say it's because I'm an Arsenal fan. But when we played them, we weren't playing as well as we are playing right now.
Yeah.
And that looked like the first half we was all over them.
We could have easily won.
We could have gone. We could have run away with that game. Second half they came out, changed things, done well, got a draw. But I think we're currently a different team to what we were when we played them. So time will tell, obviously.
Yeah. Well, let's get on to the other. Well, we're talking about Arsenal. Let's touch on their game.
Yeah.
So obviously they're probably the third team that are in the title race. Arsenal dominated West Ham really 5-2.
Yeah.
A couple surprising goals against us that happened in quick succession. Good goals, to be fair.
Yeah, they were.
Was unbelievable. What did you make of Arsenal's performance?
I mean, the first half was probably the best half of football we've seen this season, wasn't it? It was unbelievable dominance. I think we've seen glimpses of it when Odegaard came back against Forest, then against Sporting, and then we did the same thing against West Ham. It was worrying when they scored 2. I don't think it's anything to worry about in hindsight because one was a worldy free kick that I don't think was a free kick. And the other one is probably going to happen when you're 4-0 up in 35 minutes. You're going to drop concentration at some point.
Pass, though.
Yeah, unbelievable.
You got to give
and it's not.
Who was that? Trossard?
No, for their first goal.
Oh, for theirs, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the 2 that we conceded because we won the game with the goals that we scored in the first half.
Yeah, and we reacted. We went on and scored another
Exactly.
one.
Yeah.
So
it was the best first half and the worst second half football this season because no teams wanted to do anything, did they?
Saka got another 2 assists and 1 goal. I mean, the maturity and level that kid plays at is ridiculous.
It's a joke.
I've put down here, him and Salah, in my opinion, are clear of the other wingers in world football. And that is including the lads at Real Madrid. Because they're playing against tougher opposition week in, week out, and they're producing week in, week out. I'm not 100% sure on Vinny's numbers, but Salah and Saka are just relentless and ruthless.
Yeah.
And they both play with it's not like that young coming onto the scene tricky winger. They're playing mature, composed with an end product. They're a different level, them two.
Yeah, they are. They're so good. I mean, we are Arsenal fans, so we love Saka.
I mean, I've said Salah as well.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, Saka is exceptional. Just he's so good, and Salah is as well, which I think makes if it comes down to an Arsenal Liverpool title race towards the end, having them two competing, it's going to be beautiful to watch. Yeah,
do you reckon Arsenal? We spoke about it a little bit, but Arsenal are the only team that can challenge Liverpool now, or do you reckon Chelsea could have a chance? They won against Villa.
To predict, man. I think everyone probably backs Arsenal to still be in the title race.
Yeah. I
think Chelsea, based on how they're playing and based on the fact that they're level on points with Arsenal, you have to give them a small shout for being in it. They're playing really well. They got some top players. Jackson's firing now. He just can't seem to stop scoring. Palmer, we know what he can do. They've got a good team.
Yeah.
They've got a good team. They've got good players. Obviously, it's just the fact that the last couple of seasons they've been way off it, and then now they're in it. So it's can they keep it up, or is this just good form? But
is this like a little patch?
Yeah, that's the question. But I think Chelsea will comfortably finish top 4. I think, and depending on whether this is a patch or it's actually who they are, they can be right up there. I don't know if can hunt Liverpool down because that's what this is about. This is if they were neck and neck, it's different. But
I don't think they can.
I don't think they can hunt Liverpool down.
Are Chelsea fans putting themselves in the title race? I haven't really seen much.
I don't really know, man. I just mute them all. So.
I don't think they are. I think they're very happy, and they're trolling us because they're saying this is our 5th season and they're level with us, and this is his 1st season and stuff. But I don't think they're putting themselves in the title race like that.
Yeah. Do you think you mentioned Chelsea, Garrett, comfortable top 4? City could be out of the top 4.
I can't see that personally. I can't see them being this bad all season, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I can see him being on and off. I can really see him being up and down.
Are they not going to do the classic thing where they start terribly? I know this is worse than normal, and they get better in January.
No, but that can at least get them in the top 4. If they fall out to
they've never been this. Look. That what I watched on the weekend. I've never seen City look like that.
I know.
So are you right now?
No.
Putting City at the top 4.
No. I'm saying it wouldn't. I think they're more likely to finish out the top 4 than the Premier League.
I still don't think so.
What?
I still don't think so.
No, wait. Man City are more likely to finish out the top 4
this season. They're more likely to finish 5th than 1st.
This season, yeah. 100. Do you see how they played against Liverpool?
Yeah, of course. But, bro, you don't just turn, people got, we spoke about the patch, the confidence in that.
This ain't a patch.
Bro, we were 8 points clear last season before. They got us.
Man City have lost their aura. The aura's gone.
Wow.
Of course. Yeah, no, they're not that team. But to say they're more like they'll finish 5th. So you're saying what? Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs could finish above, or United, or
listen.
Or
I still
Villa,
think Man City will finish in the top 4, but they're more. I'd have 5th closer than 1st.
That's big.
I just can't see them finishing 5th, but we'll see.
Or 1st though. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they'll win the league, but like I said, I wanted Liverpool to win because I needed to know City are out of it.
Yeah.
Because they were still the team that I'm they can just.
That's scar tissue though, man. That's PTSD.
It is.
Yeah. I still, till now, look at City and Pep and Haaland and De Bruyne and all those players and think, bro, if they just get going again, they're back. Whereas Liverpool, it's they're good, but I don't know. But we'll see. They are finished. They are bad right now.
Opta supercomputer. If you don't know Opta, they do all the stats, and they have a computer that predicts everything, takes historical data. They have given Liverpool an 88% probability of winning the league. Arsenal have 9, City have 4, something along those lines. I can't. If they don't win it, I'm going to celebrate more. If they don't win it and Arsenal do, I will celebrate that they bottled it more than we won the league.
Yeah. I hate listening to them stats, man, because it's so like...
It's weird, though.
Yeah, but push it onto Liverpool. Push it onto them.
In this, obviously I get
you
that.
don't win.
You had an 80%.
You take that bottle title.